Noisy pixel.
Hello, Spencer. This episode, there may be an interruption. I'm expecting a package.
Oh,
So if the
what?
package comes during this episode while we're recording, maybe I'll
Yeah.
open it for everybody.
Wow, that'd be pretty good.
It's a bi-monthly dildo subscription.
It's Anthrax.
I
I'm
don't
very
use them.
excited.
I don't use them. I just
But I
collect
like the
them.
look,
It's,
and they stand up real nice. It's a nice little way that anyone who
my
walks in the
cat's
house
just-
knows I'm sex positive.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 91 of Unqualified Game Chat. I'm your host, Azario Lopez, and with me today is the ever so bashful,
Oh,
the
that's
ever
true.
so daring,
Yeah.
the bold,
Oh,
the beautiful
times.
Spencer, the legacy.
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry if my voice is a little silly. I'm not feeling too good, but I said I had a shonen moment laying on the couch. I said, "My friends, the listeners, they need me." I climbed up. I fell asleep for 10 minutes, and then I climbed back up. I got to the damn chair. So here we are.
Have you ever worked from your bed?
No, I've never done that. That scares me, that mixing the two worlds.
Yeah, I don't advise. I tried it, but it does make you very sleepy. It's
True.
the psychology of it is like your brain attributes the bed to sleep. So if you're in bed, your brain wants to sleep. But if you're
Yeah.
trying to mix those worlds, like you said, it's dangerous.
I definitely did like reviews and stuff when I had a room. I probably did it from my
Yeah,
bed
yeah, yeah.
and a deal. But yeah, I think a desk, if you can swing it in a different room or at least with a wall, like I have half a wall that divides my bed and my work area, and that's enough for me to be like, I don't see it when I sleep. That's kind of nice. So possible, but I much prefer, the division. So like, yeah.
I'm a pretty lazy guy, but when I do write reviews, I like to do it on my laptop. I don't even like to do it
Yeah.
on the computer.
I've started
I-
that recently. I just this last month, like normally I would come here, so like that's the couch where I watch TV and stuff. Normally I get up and I come over here, everything's off, and I type, but it would take so long, like I didn't really work. And then last month I started sitting there and I'd throw on either a movie or like Curb or something that I've seen, whatever, and pull out the little Chromebook, and an hour and a half, 2 hours, done. Nice. And so I get in either like 3 episodes or a movie, and it's perfect.
Have you ever written half a review and then stopped writing it and came back to it?
Yeah, that's tough.
It's tough. This is okay. I'll hear why you think it's tough, but why
Yeah.
I think it's tough. I'll forget what I wrote about, and I'll kind of reiterate it or say the same phrase that I already said before. Terrible idea. Don't walk away from it. Just if you're gonna write it, start to finish,
You lose
maybe,
the
and then go back to
Yeah,
add stuff.
at least do when I'm really tired, but I need something. I do the skeleton. I'll be like paragraph, general, like 1 sentence, 2 sentences of how I feel about gameplay, how I feel about the story, how I feel about this mechanic, and then when I come back, there's not enough that I can repeat stuff, but there's enough that I can go, okay, well, there's like a format here, so I can just fill in my details. But for the most part, yeah, you lose the flow, and then I don't know. It's like I don't really know what to equate it to. It really is like it's like not playing a JRPG for like a month, 2 months, and you're
Do you
just
take
like,
notes?
what's happening? No, I tried that at the beginning of my almost 10 years ago, like 8 years ago, when I started doing this. I tried, and it was too distracting because I would pause, and I would write, and then I would look at the notes. I'd be like, well, I remember all this, so I
Yeah,
don't know why I wrote notes.
yeah.
But maybe like a brief thing, like if I really want to remember a very specific detail, I might be like, this is odd or something. But for the most part, I write reviews pretty much like as soon as I'm done a game, or I'm like, okay, I have a good enough grasp on everything that I can do it. Typically that same day, I either do it or at most the next day. But I always start and do it when it's very fresh, so that you get the maximum because like you're probably onto your next game 2 days later. So
Yeah.
doing 2 review games at once.
The conclusion and the intro are like all that matters anyway. That's all anyone reads. And that's why you trick them with pull quotes, which Noisy Pixel doesn't do pull quotes, but I want to. I want to do pull quotes, and I want to do like headlines and stuff because SEO loves that. But it stops people when they're scrolling down to the score. They want to like see a good quote. This game sucks.
Right now,
why does it suck?
One in the middle. We will do like an intriguing sentence. It could be like they've gone backwards in terms of customization, and then someone sees that and they go, "What do they mean?" But yeah, I think IGN and stuff do it well, where pull quotes are really big. And you see the quote and you go, "Oh." So that I think that's a good way, like you said, of stopping the very fast commute to the number score. It's probably good.
I know for a fact that PR only reads the conclusion too, because anytime they ask for like quote approvals or anything. Oh, by the way, listeners, if you write a review and you get in an Accolades trailer, the PR company asks you first if they can use something before they use it.
You still get an email that's like, hey, can we use this or a variation of this? And it's like, Mario Wonder is the most fun thing Nintendo's done in years. And then they might either do like, Mario Wonder is fun or the whole thing or... Yeah, so it's always permission. You're never going to see it pop up without your knowing, typically. I mean, there's a possibility.
I've seen some indie developers. I've seen some indie developers put my quotes on their Steam page, and they never asked me. They never asked me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna sue them. I'm gonna sue those indie developers.
Pixel's coming for you. We used to be the little guy. Now we can do the suing.
Yeah.
No,
sometimes whole marketing department waiting for you.
We've put 80% of our revenue into our legal department that we just opened, and let me tell you, it's gonna get nasty. I mean, sometimes they'll ask you for a quote and they won't use it, but I have rarely, if ever, experienced the other way around. But that's always a bummer too. You're like, oh, my quote's gonna be in the trailer. That's neat. And then you watch the trailer and you're like, oh, no, that's okay, I guess.
Yeah, and you have to deal with seeing like shitty websites like "Hey, poor player." I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
There's beef.
Great. I mean, Game Couch. GameCouch.com.
The iconic Game Couch.
The iconic
Crisis
Game
Bird
Couch.
Gaming. Did I ever tell you that?
No.
I've made a lot of sites in my many years as a little menace. When I was a kid, well, the first one I made with my friend was gameoverreview.webs or .4emotion.net. And then
I like that one.
Nothing happened with that. I think it's gone now because I looked. And then crisisbirdgaming.4emotion.net. And it was my equivalent to, long ago, there was a site called Gaming Union. And I loved it there. And there was the Kingdom Hearts Union podcast, the Final Fantasy Union podcast, and they were part of Gaming Union. And I was like, I want to do that because I love the forums. I love that. So I kept trying to make them. So my friend and I, his username had the word bird in it. And my username was Crisis Core Kid. So we were Crisis Bird Gaming, which is, you've probably recognized a few Accolade trailers, Starfield, Street Fighter 6. But so if we ever need a fake name, please feel free to use Crisis Bird Gaming.
Crisis Bird Gaming.
My incredible early.
I would not. There is likely a website out there equivalent to that name going on right now, carrying themselves as a
100%.
As a website. To be honest, listeners, it's not hard really to start a website. It's generally
hard
pretty
to get
easy.
The traction.
Yeah, and usually if you're just doing like an indie thing, you'll probably get codes pretty quickly. Even like Steam Curator is really easy to start that.
You get like once you're a little stuff, you get tons of codes that you just can't. You're like, if it's a small stack, we just don't have time. So like you'll definitely get. Or people who have something to prove, they'll send you a code, and you also probably have something to prove. Slow match made in heaven.
That's how we started. That's how Noisy Pixel started.
Yeah, it's a mutual drive.
It was small games. The first month that we launched, we reviewed Red Dead Redemption 2, just a small indie game.
How long ago?
Yeah. Oh yeah, 2018. This month.
I was so bad when I first started doing noise. Like I feel bad for you. I was not good. Like. I remember I didn't know how to record footage properly, so I kept fucking it up. and like forgetting to do it. It was embarrassing.
It was a learning curve in the beginning. I did not know how to edit videos, so I was using Sony Vegas at the time, a pirated version of an old Sony Vegas. And
use the Adobe Premiere CS2, so I know what that feels like.
My computer too was a pre-built Lenovo. Like the graphics card is this cute little like tiny thing like this big. So Vegas would crash a lot, so I constantly had to save.
Yeah,
but
Premiere, it's like that.
Times are changing. Mark got me on Premiere, and then I haven't looked back. But it's been a constant learning curve.
Old Premiere didn't autosave, so if you pressed X,
you're done.
Explodes. I remember my first Ace Bonanza video long ago. I did that. I did like 3 minutes worth of video, which is a lot in editing.
Yeah.
And then I closed it and it's all gone. I was like, oh, this is that, and that set the tone for Ace Bonanza in a lot of ways. But yeah, it's weird how like 2018 was what, 5-ish years ago. So it's crazy how much changed in that time. I met with my wonderful Monster friends this past weekend, and I was like, man, like I've thought a lot lately. Like, obviously the pandemic sucked for everybody. It just sucked. But you know, when we went into the pandemic, I was like doing school, but I had a lot of time, so I was doing lots of game journalism. I was doing school and having a blast, and then in that like couple years, it's, you know, kind of lost. In that couple years, I did school, graduated school, got a real like grown up job. So I, you know, lost a couple years of that fun young adult. Well, I can fly out and do this with my friends and cover this and you know, you lose some good times. Obviously, now I'm not saying I was the most affected by COVID because I didn't get to go to cool stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like, like hanging out with your pals after a long time, you're like, man, I wish that we got to do more of this before before I entered the adult world. But
yes, when you had more time on your hands and you actually could afford certain things and not have to bum it.
Every day wasn't the exact same. And waking up and being like,
I really felt like COVID was going to be the end of like Noisy Pixel and all the smaller sites because we survived, especially Will and I. Will's the owner of Monster Vine. But
love him.
How we lived in the Bay Area, so it was easy for us to attend like press events and stuff, which is tough for someone. Say you're in Kentucky and you want to start your own site. Well, it's going to be hard for you to go to these press events, and so and we did benefit from that.
It's like being an aspiring Broadway critic in New York compared to Iowa. Like, one of them, you're going to have a lot more opportunities to do it just from the start. Yeah.
So we definitely used that to our advantage, but when COVID hit, it was more along the lines of like, well, events are done. We have no exclusives anymore.
Yeah,
it's over. So it was tough, but I think we did a pretty good job. I'm gonna say that we did. I'm gonna say that everyone did.
I think so.
Everyone.
I think we all came out good. I'm starting to finally get back to doing more Monster Vine because like this last year and a half has just been insane. Like I said, I went from internship, Noise Pixel, job. I've had 2 houses, so I moved in, out, in.
Yeah, let's forget about 2023, dude.
All this stuff. So finally, I think
you're too good
there.
for this year.
Too good for Okay, 2023 didn't deserve me.
Yeah.
I'm declaring 2024 is going to be the year of Spencer. You know what I'm saying?
I do appreciate our positive outlook on life, but I want to say that Spencer and I can be a glass half empty kind of guys.
Incredibly pessimistic. It is a constant battle to not be cynical.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw recently that really the last show Conan did before he switched to TBS. And he had that really nice quote about please don't be cynical. Especially if you're a young adult, it doesn't gain anything. And it nothing turns out the way you want it to, but if you're kind and you work hard, like good things will happen one way or another. And I think that's incredibly true. But that doesn't, you don't hear, it's not a movie, you don't hear a quote and you're like, I'm different forever now. It's not being cynical is a constant. You got to work at it. You got to be like, this sucks right now, but like this doesn't. So you guys get the result of that. You guys get cool, positive Azario and Spencer trying, but there's days where you wake up and you're like, all right, here we go.
I usually hate the days where I wake up like at 5:30 and I just can't go to sleep, and I see the emails coming in for the press releases starting at 6 a.m. and I'm just like looking at them and I'm just like, fuck this. Like, I don't fucking want to do this. Like, it's every fucking day.
Yeah, no matter what your job is in the game industry, where it's like, oh, that's like the most fun thing. That no matter what, everything, if it's a job, it's a job, and eventually you're going to be like, I could really do not this for a bit, but that's comes with everything.
I get so jealous of the people that are like, I spent 10 hours playing Final Fantasy 14 today. Like, I am so freaking jealous. And I think about life not in the game industry, and I do like where this is, and I'm not burnt out. I'm not like complaining about what I've built and what has come of all of this. I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
But at some point, is this self-sustainable? Like, how do you look for the future? And this is, I'm saying this now. I was saying this like the 6 months into Noisy Pixel. Like, oh fuck, okay, we got to cover every press release. We got to do this, and I'm still like actively keeping up with that with a ton of help. If Bailey lives in New York, so he's 3 hours ahead of me. So when I wake up at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, he's there like putting stuff out. So that kind of encourages
the Matrix with 500 monitors around him.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you a heads up. The kid only has one monitor.
Damn.
But Christmas is coming up.
That's nuts. One monitor. I would like, even if I didn't have two monitors, I would look like this. I'd be way less bright. This would be my, even without a monitor, that'd be my damn lighting. If it wasn't for this damn second monitor.
He's gotten good at, what is it? The alt tab. He's gotten real good at the alt tab.
I can master that. Kudos, Bailey. I could not.
I only remember using it when I played a lot of like Warcraft 3. I would always alt tab back out to the
flash
desktop
at school. We'd be ready to alt tab out of Pico's school when the supply teacher came around.
I reviewed a couple games this week.
What'd you do?
Out of my wheelhouse.
Wow. Well, like what?
Forza Motorsport.
That is surprising. How's that?
You know what? It was a lot of fun. I had to trick my brain into thinking I was playing an RPG, but it is exactly like an RPG.
That's cool. Yeah.
It is. It's like Souls meets like an action RPG, I would say, in terms of like the bare bones system. You play a race, you get experience, you use that experience to refine your character. All the specs to like very Dark Soulsy, where you can kind of choose where you want, but times like 50, because every piece of a car can be fine-tuned. So you practice a race. Oh, this turn kind of sucks. Well, let me fix that by making my back tires a little softer. But you have to calculate, do we have to go into the pit at some time and heal? So it's amazing. It's a very pretty game. The sound was amazing. I usually don't, but I played it with headphones just because it had that 3D audio and it just sounded really good.
Yeah.
And so, I gave it a 9. And the accessibility features, it asks you in the beginning, like, it asks you all the questions, and then it sets up your like little custom made like profile, but it has all these pre-built things, but it eases you into the races, and slowly after an hour or two, you start wanting to turn some of those off because you feel constricted, limited in what you can do. Yeah. And then And then I was racing.
Wow.
Made a racer out of me.
That's the biggest endorsement you could give a racing game.
Yeah.
Is it made someone who's in the racing. And
so bought some tickets to NASCAR, and this is my life now.
Got a bumper sticker for Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Noisy Pixel is a car website now. We're in
Noisy
car
Pixel
enthusiasts.
and our new sister site, Noisy Engine. And
Noisy Engine.
It's where Azario is now moving full time, where he's going to cover NASCAR and motorsports in Europe. So,
see you later.
See you
later. And then I reviewed
bro.
Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Oh, what'd you think?
I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
It's Assassin's Creed 1 and 2 kind of put together. So it's short too. It's like it's 20 hours long. I actually was able to beat an Assassin's Creed without like, oh my god, Valhalla stressed me the fuck out because
That's the most interesting thing I've heard about Mirage yet is it's 20 hours long.
I loved it. I loved it. And it was such a good story. It's story driven. Story driven, big focus on stealth. They don't want you to fight in this game. Every mission is all stealth.
That is very one.
Yeah. I loved it.
This fighting sucked in one. So when you had to, you just parried and you prayed.
Yeah. So you could dodge and stuff in this one. But it was and then they kind of they limited the equipment that you can get, so you're not just constantly getting equipment. You can upgrade it. They have 3 steps of the upgrade for the equipment. Everything is fucking simple. It's easy to wrap your head around. I very much enjoyed myself, and that's all I could have asked for from an Assassin's Creed game releasing during the busiest fucking season of the year. You're for $50 too.
Yeah,
they're not asking for $70.
That's like
I think that's really cool.
That's the most interested I've been in a long time because I really love 2, and I think even though 1 has a lot of issues, it's very interesting. And I stopped it. I have to play Syndicate eventually. Now that they actually, I was like, I'm gonna wait till they patch on PS5, and I thought they never would, and then they did. So I was like, oh, now I can play it, so I better get to that eventually. So I haven't played any RPG ones that everyone's tired of now, so I'm gonna have an interesting journey of going from that to that to that. So, but yeah,
I skipped Odyssey. You know what? Actually, I skipped a lot of them.
Really?
I didn't play Black Flag. Oh, you had your whole little Assassin's Creed
I played Black Flag, and everyone was very shocked because I was like, I hate the boat. I wish I didn't have to do the boat. Cause
the boat sucks.
Steering a boat sucks. I just want to be a pirate without the boat. And everyone I said that to was like, you're a fucking idiot. The boat rocks. Like, that's the best part.
Yeah, they're gaslighting
I was like,
you.
I wish I lived in your weird world, but
don't let them do that to you.
Yeah, I was like, the best part is the not boat. But then I did Unity, and this was like 2 or 3 years after it launched, so all the bugs were gone for the most part. So I was like, oh, this is fine. I'm having a good time. And everyone's like, you're insane. And I was like, no, I waited. The Ubisoft special, I waited.
I think I was talking to a developer, and he creates he's the developer of an indie game called Lake. But I was talking with him about how he expects reviewers to approach his game, and just games that how a reviewer approaches a game versus how a gamer approaches a game. And with reviewers, it's really hard because you have to like switch off something because you're going to get tired of something that you're playing for 5 days fucking straight. And it's 12, maybe 10 hours a day that you're playing this till like 1 a.m. And then you wake up and you have to play more. And then you got to write 1,000 words on it. You're not going to have the same experience that someone who plays the game over a month of time and sits and enjoys it and like is not forced to progress the story, can go off the beaten path, can enjoy themselves, can take things slowly. Like that is impossible to do as a reviewer. So you have to I feel like you have to make up for that in the sense of like, okay, but if I had 3 weeks, this would still be fun. I'm just tired of it because
you kind of have to step aside sometimes and be like, is this just the grind that only I'm experiencing? It's weird. Game reviewing is weird. It's very much, it's the weirdest, because movies, everyone takes the amount of time to watch them. Everybody gets different things out of them, but no, everyone, the watching experience for reviewers and film goers is probably the same. You're probably just sitting in a room watching it in a big theater or in your living room. So it's tough, but with games, like, people are going to approach the game way differently than you, especially if it's like open world or something, completely differently. And like everyone values different stuff from the game. Like people play different speeds, and because game lengths are so varying that like you never know. It's tough, and I think that leads to a lot of the flack that game reviewers get, is people being like, I had a completely different experience because it's that kind of medium. But it's really it's very challenging to kind of be like, oh, like to remember that you have to review it the way that you're playing it, but you also have to keep in mind, oh, this person, 99% of people playing this game aren't going to feel it like this. And I think that can kind of be remedied with earlier review codes, but
yeah, sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes
not.
They don't. PlayStation maybe won't give them the codes until 5 days before. Sometimes there's a bug they want to make sure is done before codes go out. It's not always easy. In the case of the developer for Lake, his example was Lake is a game that you're kind of supposed to take slow and kind of just drive around and immerse yourself. And a lot of the critics of the game, the reviews of the game said it's boring, it's slow, it's repetitive, it's blah, blah, blah. But you look at the Steam page, has a 9 out of 10, overwhelmingly positive, and it's like everyone's like, I just relax and I just play this game and kind of just like like want to live in this world kind of thing. There's definitely a divide there. Like,
can you imagine reviewing Animal Crossing where it's actually time based and like that'd be insane. You have to play Animal Crossing for like 3 months to get the whole thing. Like, and they don't want you to time travel. So like, how would you?
I would. I did. We reviewed that after launch for that reason. Is like we're like, no, we need to experience what Animal Crossing is. And that includes Animal Crossing with your friends, going to your friends' islands, hanging out.
Really not rushing. Like, if you're rushing Animal Crossing, you're not playing it. Like, that's the whole play is you play it a bit and like you do as much as you want and then you pack it in. Like, it's a tough, there's tough games out there to review.
Game reviews are very much based on the experience of whoever played them, but that experience should kind of include taking into consideration that gamers who are interested just have more time than you.
I think games, more than any medium, are the kind where you should find a critic who you typically agree with, and so that you can go, oh, he likes this, so I'll probably like it. He doesn't like this, so maybe I'll wait. Because, like, with the length involved and the taste and everything, I think that really is something where just reading general reviews, there's going to be so many different ones that I don't know if you can get a real taste for it unless they're all like, this is shovelware or like this is a masterpiece. I think anything in the middle you really gotta figure out with someone that's similar to you.
I played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We never talked about that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm still not sure where I'm at with the story, but I'm interested.
You're still on the fence about it?
I don't like Zach being alive. I don't like it. My username is fucking Crisis Core Kid. I love Zach.
Yeah, you're a Zach fan.
I love him 6 feet under because I don't know. I'm interested for sure in seeing, like, I'll play them all 100% because 7's my favorite, but I wish there was this really interesting pseudo sequel kind of thing, and I wish there was also, here's Final Fantasy VII in an Unreal Engine looking really nice. I wish there was 2 so that I could go, this is exactly what I like. This is exactly what I remember. But I could also go, this is crazy. This is a crazy experience. So, yeah, I'm excited. But I am also like, I don't know, I saw the trailer and there's the big snake and that's awesome. But then I thought, how does that moment work because in the original game, you're like, oh shit, the big snake, I couldn't kill it. It's really strong and scary, and I had to flee it. But Sephiroth killed it immediately. But how does that work when at the end of the last installment, you fought like a Kingdom Hearts god in a different dimension? How is the big snake still scary? Like, I don't know. It's a weird thing.
You know what? I never actually like, are they going to start us over?
I don't. Yeah, I didn't they say you can't carry anything?
Yeah, because there's like a standalone adventure. There's nothing. Yeah. Nothing carries over.
So I don't know.
It kind of sucks.
Weird. It's a weird. That's why I never know where to land, because I'm like, I enjoy what I'm getting, but it's not what I thought at all. Like when it was called Final Fantasy VII Remake, I was like, oh, it's just gonna be the exact game but divided. Like, obviously not exact, but pretty like the same main beats, the same main whatever divided up. And I was like, yeah, that works, whatever. But then when I played Remake, I was like, this is. People are saying it's a sequel. There's ghosts stopping canon events like the Spider-Verse. Like, what is happening? I was like, what is it? Like, everyone who's dead is alive? What the fuck is going on? And I saw like a tweet at one point that always stuck out of my head, and someone was like, well, it's your fault for thinking it was a remake. I was like, no, it's in the title, brother. What are you talking about? But, and again, like, I'm interested, but I'm just in this weird spot where I'm like, it's so odd to me. It's an odd... Part of it's also like, I'm from the generation that saw the PS3 tech demo and was like, it's coming, we're getting the remake.
Oh, the tech demo.
I've been waiting since like day one for that beautiful little PS3 remake of 7 beat for beat. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna play it launch day 100%. Like, earlier if possible. I can't wait. I love 7 and Cloud and everything, but I'm always like, this is odd, but I'm fine with it. But it's odd. Yeah.
Oh, well, the package is here. Should I go get it?
Are we getting a little opening? Live unboxing?
A little unboxing, a little live unboxing. Let's go see.
Magic. Now, everybody, I'm here to keep you company while Azario's getting the package. I don't know where his door is in relation to his house. Earlier in the show, he had to go to the bathroom. He went really fast. So if his door's near there, he'll be really fast, I think. Otherwise, I don't really know how to entertain you. I'm a little tired. How have all you been doing? You know, it's been a little bit. It's been about a month or so since our last episode, because we've just been wall to wall. How's stuff go on? And here he is with the package.
A little small.
Oh, that was a smooth little rip. That was delightful.
It's a book. It's a
book. Oh,
I've been reading Shy. You caught me. It's volume 4.
Volume 4, Pog Face. Oh, whoa.
Showing it off. You know how they do that?
What? What is this?
Like makeup people, they go like this when they're showing.
The fuck? Is that what they do?
Yeah, well, they have autofocus on their camera, so they're trying to.
Okay.
I turned that off.
Yeah. We're not amateurs here.
Anyway, gotta read that now.
There you guys
go.
Go.
Huh?
There they go. You guys leave a comment. What do you think of Shy?
What do you think of Shy? It's great.
What do you think
actually.
of the cool unboxing?
Do you watch it? Do you read it? Oh.
No, I don't even know what it is.
It's good. It's about
superheroes. I know
superheroes.
if I must be good.
Ooh, I like that. All right, it's been long enough. Let's cut the crap and just end the episode.
Let's friggin' we're like Krusty when he says, "This is how you voice act." And he walks in the booth and goes, "Hey kids, yeah, good to see you. Krusty loves you." That's it. And then he leaves. And then they're like, "We have the tape ready." That's us. All right, half an hour, we're done. Fuck off. Where's the residuals?
Cut the crap. We're out of here. Have a good week, everyone.
It's all those people who watch Unqualified Game Chat are SOBs. That's all. We're
Someone called me an SOB today because I don't read the credits of video games. They said I don't read the credits, and they're like, they just said SOB.
What's the name of that puppet in The Simpsons who says that? It's like Globo or something.
I don't know.
Like Globo, and then he says, "All the kids in Springfield are SOBs." That's us to you. Us to you.
That is the first Simpsons reference that I didn't know. I haven't known in a long time.
It's in the golden age. I watched when I had my appendix out. I rewatched all the episodes of like season 1 to 9-ish. Now every time that one comes on, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. It's when Cressy gets canceled. That's it. Which is weird because I like that one. I always forget the puppet part. Yeah,
Simpsons know everything.
It's true.
It's a good thing I'm wearing pants because I got up.
If you walked in, there's just the hanging dong. That would have been a really funny. That would have been a really funny bit. I will say.
Hanging dong.
That would have been very Eric Andre-esque of you.
All right, everyone. We'll have a good week, and we'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Voice Pixel.